Hi friends, I just want to let you know we're so excited about our new series. It's called the Hero Series. Now I know most of y'all are all about superheroes, but you know what? We're going to explain to you why God is the most amazing superhero. So stay tuned.
So in our Hero Series, we're going to talk about 15 different friends who did epic things for God and how those epic things made them really cool. So, pop quiz. Which two people lived in the Garden of Eden? Do you know?
Thinking.
Do you know?
I know.
Okay.
Jonah.
Wait, wow, no.
Okay, how about, oh, it's two people. Adam and Eve.
Ding, 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 ding. That's correct. All right, we've got a story for you guys.
Stories of the Bible. Adam and Eve sin. This is Adam.
Hey.
And this is Eve.
Hi.
Who were the first people on earth. They lived in the Garden of Eden, which was a beautiful place that had everything they needed. Adam and Eve took care of the animals and could eat from any of the trees in the garden, except for one. This was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and God told them not to eat from this tree. There were lots of animals in the garden, but the serpent was the most clever of all the wild animals God had made. One day, he asked the woman,
Hey, Eve.
"Did God really say you must not eat the fruit from any of these trees in the garden?"
No.
Eve said that they were able to eat from all of the fruit trees except the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. For God said, "You must not eat or even touch it. If you do, you will die."
No, that can't be.
"You won't die," said the serpent. "God knows that as soon as you eat it, you will be like God, knowing both good and evil."
Oh.
The woman was convinced. She saw that the tree was beautiful and its fruit looked delicious, and she wanted the wisdom it would give her. So she took some of the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to Adam, and he ate it too. At that moment, their eyes were opened,
Oh, no.
and they suddenly realized they weren't wearing clothes and were embarrassed. So they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When the cool evening breezes were blowing, Adam and Eve heard God walking about in the garden.
Hide.
So they hid from God among the trees. Then God called to Adam, "Where are you?" Adam said, "I heard you walking in the garden, so I hid. I was afraid because I was naked." "Who told you that you were naked?" God asked. "Did you eat from the tree I told you not to eat from?" Adam said, "It was the woman you gave me who gave me the fruit, and I ate it." Then God asked Eve, "What have you done?" "The serpent tricked me," she replied. "That's why I ate it." Then God punished the serpent by making it so he would crawl on his belly from then on. He told Eve that she would have great pain in her life. Then God said to Adam that because he listened to Eve and did not obey what God had told him to do, his life would be very difficult. He would have to work hard to get food to eat, God said, "For you were made from dust, and to dust you will return." Then God made them clothing from the animals. But God knew that Adam and Eve could no longer live in the garden because of their sin, so he sent them away and closed up the garden.
Are there people in your life that you think are heroes? Well, you know what? When God created Adam and Eve, they were to love him and fellowship with him and be with him. And they were so important to him. And you know what? To Adam and Eve, God was the most important thing because he was the only thing. Well, then they got a better idea, or they thought it was a better idea. And then things changed and it wasn't the best idea. So sometimes our ideas are not the best ideas. And they're definitely not God's best for us. So what we have to decide is, are we going to listen to what God's telling us when we make decisions and choices, or are we going to listen to ourselves? So what I want to encourage you to do is go with the original plan that God laid out, which is to walk with Him, love Him, and be with only Him, as opposed to everything else in the world. And the cool thing about it is, then, and this is our favorite line for today, God is always the real hero of every story. Guys, we have a beautiful memory verse this week that talks about how we can be courageous and with God's help. It's found in 1 Corinthians, that's in the New Testament, kind of a little ways back, and 1 Corinthians 16:13, and this is the verse. Be on guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong.
So why did you pick this verse?
Because sometimes I don't feel very courageous, so I have to depend on God to be courageous for me.
Do you think that being courageous makes you a hero?
No, but I think if I don't stand up for what I should, that's not good either.
So, friends, what do you think it means to be a hero?
To do the right thing?
Sometimes. Sometimes standing up for your friends is the right thing.
Right.
And sometimes doing the right thing is being a hero. But a hero is a person who we can admire for doing awesome, brave things.
Okay.
So this week we want to leave you with one big question. So what does it take for us to be heroes of faith?
Wow.
It's a big one.
That's a big, and you know what? We're going to be talking about this over the next, how many? 15? 15 cool Bible stories are happening over the next 15 weeks.
Yep. So be thinking about that question because we're going to keep talking about it. What it looks like to be a hero.
I want to end this on my favorite little thing. God is the only real hero of every story.
Hey friends, this week we're going to close in prayer like we always do. So close your eyes and bow your head and just repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for being my hero. I would love for you to teach me how to be brave, how to be strong, and how to obey when you ask me to. I love you so much. Amen. Have a good week, friends. See you next week.